For those of you that don't know FLAIA, FLAIA is a 501c6 nonprofit. It started in 2007. We have over 1,000 members of our alternative investment community. Our alternative investment community has become a marketplace where the stakeholders can share information, share opportunities, and the buy side can conduct due diligence and either invest directly into a fund, directly into a deal, or alongside the general partners. A lot of you may have a question about where did FLAIA come from? How come I never heard of it before? And those are good questions. This slide is a little slide about my professional and personal background. I started in the investment world reading a book by Peter Lynch in the 90s. And I just could not understand how an extra 3% on my net worth at the time would make any sort of a difference. So I read the book like 100 times, and a lot of the stuff I learned when I was 15 years old stuck with me till today. And when I was at University of Miami and started to trade equities and equity options, I used a lot of the fundamental research that I learned in that book. And then the progression after University of Miami, I got my first investment job at UBS, and I was covering family offices in Florida for the firm. In 2006, I started Alexander Alternative Capital, a global macroeconomic hedge fund that initially started to bet against the real estate market. And I followed that trend into contagion into the banking space. Today, I am involved and sit on the board of a couple of banks. So I still maintain a really good relationship in the banking space. In 2007, we started FLAIA, and at the time, we got Bank of Tokyo, Mitsubishi, to become a member. They were officially the first member of FLAIA, and not long after that, Corcelli Capital, which is a multi-strat hedge fund, and at the time they ran about $20 billion of assets based out of Texas. They joined, and shortly thereafter, MIT's investment management company contacted us, and we built a process to look for investment management talent together, which a lot of you are experiencing through our platform today. So why do I have a picture of myself, my wife, my son, and Governor Scott and his wife on the presentation? Is I got to meet Governor Scott, and we actually lobbied the Florida State Board of Administration to change the laws that govern pension fund allocations, which freed up roughly $32 billion worth of capital to go from the state's pension fund retirees into alternative investments to really benefit the alternative investment world. Now, prior to all of this, the picture in the bottom right here, this is a picture of me, as you can tell by the curtains and the hair and how handsome I was. I was below 10 years old at the time. I'm in a uniform. That uniform's me working for my family's property management company. My grandfather, Alterio Gemma, Larry, as everybody knew him and called him, he started to buy apartment buildings in the 50s. So, if you fast forward to, 20 years ago, that portfolio grew to a considerable size in over 600 units, predominantly in the Providence, Rhode Island area. And this picture, which my family should have been charged with violating child labor laws is me and my first job sweeping the floor of a bakery that they actually acquired the asset through a tax sale. That's a little bit of background on me, my professional career. As I mentioned earlier, the organization has members all over the world today. On the right-hand side, there's a little heat map that shows, where our members are located, and the dark blue is, where we have more participation, more members. So that's an actual heat map of the organization where our members are located. This slide breaks down the ecosystem and where the members come from. I'm not going to go into too much detail here, but 20% are private equity, 15% are family offices, direct lenders are over here with 8%, foundations and endowments, which we have some really good foundations and endowments. It's around 2%. We have MIT's investment management company. We have Harvard Management Company, Kansas State, Iowa's endowment. There's a lot of really good endowments that are part of our organization. High net worth individuals represent roughly 7% of the organization. RIAs around 8%. We even have 1% that are sovereign wealth funds. So it's a good group, and our organization did start with heavy focus in hedge funds, and a lot of people have historically known us as a group of hedge fund guys. But today, hedge funds represent roughly 5% of our overall involvement from the association. How does this break down between buy side and sell side? Roughly 1/3 is sell side, and a little bit over half are buy side limited partners, and 15% are service providers, best of breed service providers. So we have a healthy cross section of the ecosystem. So moving through, for the buy side limited partners, for the people looking to invest in direct deals, for the people that are looking for co-investment opportunities, we've built a marketplace. This didn't happen overnight from COVID. This is something that we've been rolling out for over 10 years. Our marketplace allows you to analyze deals from the comfort and safety of your home. We've built a secure location, which provides you easy access to information. It allows you to follow up. It allows you even to process subscription documents if you wanted to invest. Our organization is not only a marketplace for alternative investments, we're actually a place where you can go and receive education. All of our events are educational and content and information. So if you want to jump into a strategy and learn more from the best professionals that I know in the space, you start to use our platform to learn more about specific investment niches. We have a really good cross section. Aside from that, we've done over 200 traditional events. Traditional events have been on a wide variety of topics, both liquid and illiquid. We host them in New York and Florida predominantly. Over 99% of them have been in those two areas. We give all of our members, which are high-level, C-level executives, owners with significant skin in the game, we give them the opportunity to speak to other key decision makers. And this network of buy side and sell side come together and become friends over the years. It's been great to see the organization and our community flourish. So with that said, we can help accelerate your investment strategy. And we do this by making everything mobile friendly. The surveys to create today's event and to drive the topics which we focused on were all done through surveys. I want to take a moment and tell you how important it is to get your feedback and let you know that everything we did today was driven on data. So if you want to influence the May event, part 3 of this 5-part series, I strongly encourage you to do so. We're going to be producing this event, and there will be a place on our website with all the presentations, access to all of the speakers, and there'll be a place for you to do a survey. So you tell us what you want, the same way MIT's investment management company told me 10 years what they want, and we'll help you to find it. All right. So we've always started with the heavy use of data and analytics to drive our organization and to fulfill our goals. And by doing that, we're able to curate investment ideas in a timely basis for you and provide you with education, which we make it very easy for you, maybe sometimes a little too easy for you to consume. If your preference is video, we have that. If you like text, we have that. If you want to listen to it while you're working out at the gym, we have that as well. Our platform is an open platform. By completing the actual surveys, we'll give you a free listing on the marketplace, which is valued at over $3,500. So I encourage you to complete it, and it's an excellent way to drive the organization. But I wanted to stress it's an open platform. It's not a closed platform. So we're not just limiting this for our members. Again, the platform's very comprehensive. It goes into AML, KYC, gives you the ability to invest directly into funds, into deals with, or even get best of breed advisor advice, or to invest money alongside the general partners in a co-investment opportunity. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this because there's another panel that's starting, and I'm 5 minutes over right now. I'm going to yield some of my time because we're running a little bit behind because of technical glitches. So here's a little bit of our how the colors in the skies change. Our anticipation is this too shall pass. Our webcasts. And what I encourage you to do is, if you want more information, to contact myself or one of the team members here at FLAIA. We have a really good cross-section from all of our members. Our members are not size constrained. Some of them are emerging managers. Some of them have 40+ year track records. Some of them have $10 million in assets. Some of them have $100 billion of assets. So we're not catering to any one particular manager, but everything we do here is white labeled. We work with you to come off professionally. These are some of the results from our webcasts. You can tell from the investor side, there's a lot of good variation between, we're not just family offices, we're not just endowments. We have sovereign wealth funds, we have the whole cross section. And when hosting traditional events were legal, here's a little snapshot of some of the things that we can look forward to. But we picked up an interesting piece of data. A lot of the people that were on the webcast, and by the way, we didn't just start on this whole digital realm in the last 45 days. This is something that we've been doing for a while. And a lot of the people that were watching investment ideas digitally for the past year, they start to show up and come to our events. And the traditional events that we hosted and will continue to host. We do 4 a year in New York, 4 in Florida.